Hi, my name is Jeff Safaro, and I am here to talk to you about calibration. For many people, calibration means different things. At Mettler Toledo, we should have the same understanding of calibration internally. This video will walk you through a calibration white paper that aims to clarify any misconceptions about calibration. Many of us have been taught that performing an adjustment on a measuring instrument is part of calibrating it. I will tell you why this is false. It is important for us to have an understanding about calibration, as the ACC certificate, which will be for both balances and scales, will reinforce this message about calibration very clearly in the structure of the certificate. So to access the white paper, you must first access the MiraCal SharePoint page shown on the screen, then click this blue bar that says, "How well do you know calibration?" And then just note that this document is for internal use only at this point. So here's the white paper. It's 2 pages long. At the top it asks calibration. What is it? It is separate from adjustment. So the document establishes a clear message about calibration, what it is and what it is not. It will prove that calibration and adjustment are not the same thing. While the concept of calibration applies to all measurement devices, this particular paper will focus only on weighing devices. So at the top of the page, I reference the definition of calibration in the International Vocabulary of Metrology produced by the BIPM. I will not read this to you, but the point of placing the definition here is to show that among metrological authorities and other bodies, the definition of calibration is very difficult to understand if you don't work in metrology every day. So I wrote this paper to clear up any misconceptions that may be out there and to very clearly state what calibration is and what it is not. So the first and most important thing to note is that calibration and adjustment are 2 separate things. You calibrate a weighing device to understand how it behaves, and you adjust that device to change its behavior. And again, that's very important and worth repeating. So you calibrate something to understand how it behaves, and then you adjust it to change the behavior. So how could you know how to change the behavior of something, or how would you know that you even need to change the behavior of something until you first understand how it is behaving? You could not do that. So it makes sense that you would not want to change the behavior of a weighing device until you first understand how it behaves. If the device does not behave well enough, then you adjust something about it to change its behavior. So the process to understand how the device or the weighing instrument behaves is the calibration. Therefore, it is reasonable and common to calibrate a weighing device without adjusting it. Okay, and then more specifically, calibration, so developing that understanding of a measuring device, calibration establishes a relationship between a known value, or the standard, and a measured value. And that's how we develop the understanding of how it behaves. And it's important that that known value is a traceable standard, such as the test weights that we all use to carry out calibrations. At the bottom of the page, there's a very simplified example saying that for all units of measurement, there are standards defined as the basis for a particular unit. Of course, in the context of weighing devices, our standards are in the form of test weights, certifiable test weights. The test weight has a value, and the weighing device indicates a value when that test weight is placed on the weighing receptor. This relationship between the value of the known test weight and the value that the weighing device indicates are how you understand the behavior of the weighing instrument. So for example, if you place a 5 kilogram test weight on a balance or scale, and the scale or balance indicates 6 kilograms, then you have established a relationship between the known value and the measured value. You could reasonably assume that placing 10 kg of known mass would then lead the device to providing an indication of 12 kg. Now that is a very simplified example, but it's there to just illustrate the concept, which is most important, that the understanding of the behavior by establishing a relationship between known and measured values is calibration. On the second page here, we talked a little bit about tolerances. So the criteria for determining if a measuring device behaves well enough come in the form of a tolerance. Now, tolerances can come from a variety of sources, right? There is no correct tolerance. The manufacturer can specify tolerances for which the weighing instrument should meet. We do that at Mettler-Toledo for all of our lab balances. We have manufacturer tolerances. International testing recommendations like the OIML R76 and regulations such as the USP General Chapter 41 also specify tolerances. Furthermore, the customer can also specify tolerances. And in the context of weighing devices, the good weighing practice, the weighing standard introduced by Mettler-Toledo, emphasizes that the user of a scale or balance should use it according to tolerances defined for their individual processes. So using tolerances to determine a pass or fail is part of an assessment. So true calibration does not have an assessment, although nearly all calibration certificates come with a pass or fail statement. It is important to know, and it is important to understand that the ACC certificate will separate calibration and assessment. So it says here, the best practice is to make assessments in a separate section or annex to the calibration certificate. So the calibration should only give you an understanding, and it should not tell you if the behavior is good enough. That good enough or pass or fail can come in the form of an assessment in an annex to the calibration certificate. Okay? However, as calibration and metrology practices become more mature, so does the importance of measurement uncertainty. And in the last part of this white paper, we talk a little bit about why measurement uncertainty is important. So the determination of measurement uncertainty is becoming increasingly important in the global measurement community. Measurement uncertainty itself is a calculated value which is applied to a measurement taking into account various factors such as random and systematic errors. Okay? Very simply put, measurement uncertainty is a quantitative indication of the quality of a measurement. That's worth repeating and also worth saying to yourself. Measurement uncertainty is a quantitative indication of the quality of a measurement. It tells you how good a particular measurement is. So a measurement with a corresponding value of measurement uncertainty means that you can be reasonably certain that the actual value of your measurement falls within the range created by applying that measurement uncertainty value above and below the actual measurement. So for example, if your weighing instrument indicates 100 grams within 0.01 gram calculated measurement uncertainty value, then you can be certain, generally with 95% confidence, that your value lies somewhere within 99.9 grams and 100.01 grams. Okay, again, a simplified example, but it's there to illustrate the concept. Next is a quote that comes from the BIPM, which states that no calibration is complete without the determination of the estimated measurement uncertainty, basically saying that a calibration certificate should always state the measurement uncertainty, otherwise it's incomplete. Some measurement authorities require calibrations to include the determination of measurement uncertainty, and the ISO 17025 standard for assessing the competence of calibration and testing laboratories dictates that measurement uncertainty must be included in calibration certificates. So remember, calibration is all about understanding how the instrument behaves. The determination of measurement uncertainty simply enhances that understanding of the behavior. One example is that calculating measurement uncertainty allows you to determine the minimum weight of the weighing device. Now, if you've done any calibrations recently, you should have been educated, you should be trained on knowing what minimum weight is. And minimum weight is crucial to understanding the behavior of a weighing device. So knowing the minimum weight is a very valuable piece of information that dramatically enhances the understanding of how the weighing device behaves. If you do not have this understanding, then you could be weighing at an area of the weighing range which is unsafe to weigh because the measurement uncertainty is too high. So in summary, adjustment is not calibration. You can calibrate a measurement device without adjusting it. Calibration is developing an understanding of a measuring device, and calibration should include the determination of the measurement uncertainty to enhance the understanding of that measuring device. So hopefully this ignites a lot of thought and questions in your mind. If it's new to you, hey, that's good. It's a good place to start. I encourage anybody who has watched this video to download this white paper, circulate it within your organization, reach out to me, reach out to your leader or local metrology expert to answer any questions about this. Thank you for watching.